Hey guys, welcome back to Dip Switch Demos. My name is Jackson and today we're going to check out the Strymon Flint. What can I say about the Flint that hasn't already been said? Arguably, nothing at all. You know, it's been around a long time. Chances are everyone here knows what this pedal does and what it is. So in this video, I'm not going to go too much into the specs and how it sounds and all the different things that you can do with the pedal. I really want to just focus on my experiences and how I'm using it. The Flint has always been a pedal that's been on my wish list, but I suppose in recent years it's kind of gone to the background or kind of dropped its way down the wish list as I've become more interested in maybe more exciting pedals or more out there pedals, you know, crazier fuzzers, crazier reverbs and delays and things like that. But after a recent conversation on one of my live streams with Joe Coombs, who is an avid user and lover of a Flint, and hearing him speak so passionately about the pedal, I thought, you know what, it's time. It's time that I grew up and got a Strymon Flint. I picked this up second hand, got an alright deal on it. The seller threw in one of the favourite switches, which we'll get into as well. And you know what, when it arrived, I was utterly whelmed with the pedal. I wasn't overwhelmed and I wasn't underwhelmed with the pedal. I think that's because after getting to know it a little bit, I've come to realise that it's much more of a utility pedal than any other type of thing. It's a really useful pedal to chuck on the end of your signal chain to just get those luscious, classic reverb and trem sounds. So I did exactly that. I chucked it at the end of my signal chain and turned it on, messed around a little bit, and very quickly I said to myself, right, I'm done. My journey for trem and reverb is completely over. This has solved so many problems that I didn't know I have, and it's given me such a great classic sound. The truth is, this pedal just sounds annoyingly good, from the drippy spring reverb and pulsing harmonic tremolo to a more expansive hall, 80s hall reverb and a choppy photo trem. It covers so much ground. There's not a bad sound in it, and not only does it give you those classic Fender amp trem and reverb sounds, but it completely transports you to a different era of guitar playing where tone was drenched in that springy reverb and tremolo. Like I said, the seller luckily included one of the, is it a mini switch, the Strymon mini switch, or a favourite switch? And to be honest, I think if you own a Flint, this is an absolute essential. Being able to access two different presets really gets the most out of this pedal, and it's the way I'm using it on my board. My favourite preset, I think that's what they call it, favourite. My main preset, let's say, is a sort of subtle amp-like spring reverb which is actually the 60s reverb on here. Set pretty dark because that's my personal preference. I have a lot of my reverb set very dark, and I'm loving it. It's completely replaced the reverb I was originally using in my amp and my tube amp expander. It's much more classic sounding. Even though it is a digital thing going on here, it is much more classic sounding, and it gives you much more control compared to my amp and my tube amp expander. So that's completely replaced that. Loving it. And then my other favourite on the trem side is the harmonic trem. Set up pretty subtly and slow, but it just gives you that gorgeous pulsating sound that I'm in love with. Classic brown face Fender, early 60s. It's beautiful sound. It's a beautiful, beautiful sound. My other preset is a much bigger 80s haul, they call it, and it's much more expansive, a longer decay time, and I pair that with a faster, slightly choppier but still smooth around the edges 63 tube tremolo. And that's about all I have to say on the Flint. Arguably I've actually found this pedal quite boring to get to know, and I'm not saying that in a bad way at all. I think it's because it's fitting so well with my rig. Like I said at the top, I chucked it at the end of my signal chain. I was like, right, I'm done. It just fit. It's like I've always owned this pedal. It really, really worked for me. And because of that, it's almost been quite a boring purchase for me. You know, it's just been like, okay, I should have always had this. So I'm loving getting to know it. It's an awesome pedal. You guys already know all about it, I suppose. This video is not sponsored by Strymon at all. Like I said, I picked it up second hand. Just thought it was worth making a video on. We will get some more tones now. I think I'm going to use my Fender Mustang into the Victory V40. Set up clean, no reverb. Like I said, all my reverb now is coming from the Flint. Into the tube amp expander, which is emulating a 212 cab mic'd up with a ribbon and an SM57. Going to my audio interface and into Logic. Thanks guys for checking out the video. If you like what you saw, please subscribe and maybe check out some more. There's also a few links down below if you want to support me and the channel a little further, like Patreon and things like that. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video, guys. Cheers!